Welcome back to Intersectionality, Let's Get Real. Today we're going to get real with Abe, and we're going to jump right in. Y'all know how this works by now. We have this wheel of identities. Abe's going to spin the wheel 3 different times. We're going to see what identities he lands on, and he's going to explain the intersection of those identities in his own life. Abe, are you ready?
Totally ready.
This might change your whole your world.
Can't wait.
Your life. Oh, you already got your finger on it. Go
Yeah,
ahead, spin. Go.
Put a little less oomph on it next time.
Class. Okay, I don't think we've spun that one yet. So exciting. I love it when we spin new ones. Next, go ahead and spin again. That one was kind of a wimpy spin, not gonna lie. Religion! We haven't gotten that one either.
Oh,
I'm really freaking
man.
out because I'm like, I geek out about these identities. Anyways, spin again! That was a baby spin. Cool, okay. Ability. This is the second time we've spun that one, but all great identities to spin on. To reiterate, we had class, religion, and ability. So Abe, how we do this is you can choose if you need a couple minutes to think through what identities you want to expand on and how they intersect, or you can verbally process with me right away.
I think it'd be helpful to just have a little bit of time to think about how they all intersect.
Awesome. Okay, well, take your time. So Abe, can you tell me a little bit about how you navigate life with those specific identities?
Yeah, so I'll just kind of go from closer to you toward me. I'll go class, ability, and religion. With class, I currently see myself as being in lower class. And that's because I'm currently a full-time student, and it's the first time, like since I was 15 years old, that I'm 36 now. It's the first time since I was 15 that I haven't been working full-time. And it's just really affected so many aspects of my life. The things I'm able to do with my friends or leisure activities, vacation. So that's a big part of my identity right now. Ability, I'm able-bodied, and I haven't experienced a disability, a physical disability, but anxiety is certainly something that's been an unwanted guest in my life, and it's something that affected me quite a bit when I was younger. It was quite debilitating, and it really just reduced the quality of life for me, kind of in high school and then into my earlier years in college. And it's something that's really motivated me to want to work with younger adults to help them navigate that. With religion, I grew up in a Christian household, Orthodox Christian, both my parents, and it was very important to my family, and I really bought in as well, but I never really bought into the whole Jesus part, which is a huge component of Christianity. And so anyway, into my earlier 20s, I kind of just started fading out of Christian, being very in the Christian religion, and into my 30s I really started to adopt Buddhism, and to the point where now, for the first time in my life, maybe in the last few months, I've said I am a Buddhist. And what's really challenging with that is there aren't a lot of people who are Buddhists in the US, and also very few people know much about it. Most people think it's about just meditating and yoga, and no one really understands a lot of the other more central tenets of Buddhism.
Thanks for explaining that, Abe, and being honest with us about each of those identities.
Absolutely.
I'm curious about the intersection of class and religion. How has your current socioeconomic status affected your journey as a Buddhist, if at all?
You know, I've never really thought of it until you just asked this question, but it's interesting. I wonder if kind of my class has influenced my appreciation of Buddhism, because almost all the teachings I've gotten through free podcasts and YouTube talks, and so like I'm talking about like hundreds of hours that I've had this great gift just available to me. It costs me nothing. Just the only thing that costs me is just the discipline, right? Which actually not even a cost. It's a benefit, but yeah, that's.
What about like diet-wise?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I guess that part is a little bit of a challenge because like in the last few months I've adopted some presets like that are a little more costly. So on one hand, I've adopted becoming a vegetarian, but on the other hand, I've also given up any substances that affect the mind. So I'm saving money on drinking, and so that's kind of offset, and that's been helpful. And then also I think that there's also extra costs of activities associated with maybe having a compromised mind, whether it's maybe being hungover or whatever. Like that's not really something it's not a cost I experience anymore. So it's been I think the net cost has been lower and easier to navigate in the lower class.
Okay, well, thanks so much on expanding on that. I feel like I would have never learned about the intersection of Buddhism in class unless I spoke to you about that. So that was super fascinating. Thank you. Next, we have the emotion wheel part of this interview. If you could just choose a couple of emotions that describe how you're feeling right now after doing this, that would be great.
I think I'm a little surprised at kind of like the through the conversation, like realizing like wow, like what a gift it's been, like having all of these hundreds of hours of talks and podcasts available to me. I'm feeling peaceful, like having the opportunity to talk about these things. Should I do one more?
Sure.
I think peaceful. Like any time I get the chance to think about, might sound kind of strange, but like getting to think about like some of these great teachers that are available from all over the world, it's very calming.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Abe, for being willing to get honest with everybody about your identities.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, no problem. So tune in next week for the last episode of this series, Intersectionality, Let's Get Real. Thank you for watching.